Hello everyone, welcome to TGIF, our weekly destination to try latest and greatest in technology every single week. Today is the extension of our last episode where we explored the differences and the comparison between different AI and the Copilot tools. To talk more about it, or I would say to show more demo part of it, I would love to invite Arvind Raman for a short conversation. Hello Arvind, welcome to TGIF.
Hi Vishaka, always a pleasure to be on TGIF.
Thank you so much Arvind for joining us again. So as we discuss when it comes to the comparison with different AI tool, so before getting into the demo, would you like to summarize what we covered in the last episode?
Surely. So the last episode we provided an overview of the different platforms for building tools. We spoke about the Azure AI Studio, which is a comprehensive platform for model building, training, and deploying custom models. We then spoke about the Copilot Studio, which is a platform for building copilots as well as customizing copilots on a low-code, no-code manner. Then we spoke about the M365 Copilot, which primarily is aimed at improving the productivity of business users within the M365 suite of products.
Okay, got it. So in that case, what are we going to show when it comes to the demo of these tools today?
Sure. So what we are going to today talk about is a specific use case across each of this, wherein we start with the AI Studio and share how a person could go ahead, upload documents, upload images, and then do a Q&A on that specific set of data.
Understood.
We talk about the complete processes and the ease with which users can bring in the vector embeddings, can leverage the AI search functions to achieve the objectives. Then we talk about the M365 Copilot, wherein users across different categories, be it a user who's using Word for content generation, or an Outlook user using it for generating draft emails, or someone who's using it for getting recordings from Teams, can leverage this platform for improving their productivity.
Good. I think along with that, I'll also add one more demo when it comes to the Copilot Studio. Doing reasoning over the documentation, how we could add actions and the automation by leveraging the low-code, no-code approach.
Absolutely.
So those are our 3 demos for the day. Let's get into the demos then.
Surely. Let's get started with the demo of the Azure AI Studio, now known as the Azure AI Foundry. I get started with the Azure Model Catalog, which is a collection of different curated models by Microsoft. There are over 1800 models, and I can choose the models based on the different collections, the industry types, the deployment options, the inference tasks, and other parameters. Moving ahead, we have the playgrounds, which is basically a sandbox environment wherein I could go deploy some of these models, get my hands dirtied, and check out the performance of these. We have playgrounds for speech, assistance API, images, real time audio, language, and others. For users who would need the plethora of services beyond LLMs in terms of the cognitive services, we have the AI studios across speech, language plus translator, document intelligence, vision, and content safety. Moving ahead, for organizations who would want to choose specific models and fine tune them, we provide the ability to bring in specific models, bring in the specific data, and fine tune them based on the specific requirements. We also have PromptFlow, which is an orchestration tool for designing and development of LLM based applications parameters. And finally, coming to the safety and security, wherein we could build in content filters across multiple categories. My, my asset refers to my collection of models plus endpoints, vector databases, and web apps that have been deployed. As you see, this overall gives everyone the ability to go ahead, build, train, and deploy custom AI models.
Let's get into the second demo when it comes to the Copilot Studio. How easily, with the low code, no code approach, you could start building your chatbot and the agent for every single activity. That's where you could see we do have different templates available. The moment I say new agent, your system will give you the overview of all the components which are by default selected for this agent, like different predefined topics and all. What all you need to do is the add knowledge base. That's exactly where I'll try to add one knowledge base saying that okay, my knowledge base is Microsoft external facing website. On top of that, you could also go ahead and add actions. This is very important when it comes to how to integrate your Copilot Studio with the automated flow, which is Power Automate flow. And let me just show you how this simple Power Automate flow looks like in its own window. As you could see, this trigger for the Power Automate would be, it is running from the Copilot, but all activities you are doing is getting the function defined and then passing that particular output. For here we are just getting the current date and time, and then passing this current output to the as an output variable to the Copilot. How are we coming back to the chatbot and collecting this output? That's exactly where you can create your own topic. I created Microsoft Bot as a one topic right there, and then add one action where we are calling the date flow. This is where our date flow is getting called within Copilot Studio to respond back to the agent when it comes to picking up the answer from the Power Automate flow and doing the actions in the Power Automate flow and coming back to the agentic workflow. Now let's get into, as our work data source here is Microsoft external facing website. You can start asking questions like, okay, what's the vision for Microsoft, and it will pick up the information from any data source that you have defined. And trust me, I think when it comes to the data sources, if I'll get into knowledge, add knowledge, you'll get to see that you can add your SharePoint document list, the relational database. On top of that, any other external facing database that you want to integrate to, that's completely possible. You could always go ahead and add the connector as well. When it comes to Fabric, that's also something which is in pipe. The moment you have Fabric in place, all your data sources are handy to integrate with the Copilot Studio and your job is done. So this is the beauty when it comes to extending the features and functionality of M365 Copilot, leveraging Copilot Studio.
Moving on to the next item, we will start with the M365 Copilot and kick off with the Word Copilot. The Word Copilot helps me to generate documents leveraging referenceable documents, PDF files, emails, team meetings, and other artifacts. As you see, I have attached a PDF file, a email, and a Teams meeting towards generating the particular RFP response. I go ahead and hit the send button, and the tool will now generate an RFP response for my shared information. My RFP response has been generated by the Copilot. I go ahead and keep it and make the necessary edits as required.
I think this is great, Arvind. As you all see, we provide choices for the user across all the platforms and the level of understanding and the expertise when it comes to the user end. And this is exactly how we focus on the productivity in every single day activities. Thank you so much, Arvind, for joining us and sharing the knowledge. Thank you. See you in the next episode, everyone. Bye.